Hello and welcome to episode 232 of the Smash Accept podcast. I'm your host, Michael Royer. You can find me on Twitter at DynastyDadFF. Joining me as always is my co-host, the one, the only, FF Snoog. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, Dad. 20 rookie drafts down the drain. We're keeping pushing forward, though. I mean, we got a variety of different ranges and picks and players that these leagues and these players are going in. So we're going to help you guys kind of shape that out and give you an idea and give you kind of like an end point of where you got to aim for. Because I've seen Keon Coleman go 112. I've seen him go 204. I've seen Ladd go 111. I've seen him go 110. I've seen him go 202. So I don't think anybody knows what the heck they're doing. So we're going to help you guys kind of try to figure this stuff out and put together some tiers for you.
If you guys are seeing for this for the first time on YouTube, we have in our Patreon right now all of our rankings, over 300 people in there talking shop. We have discussion groups for every single draft pick slot from 101 to 112. Honestly, a community that you guys for just $5 a month can really get a part of. But today what we want to do is we want to bring you our mock draft. You know, we've done, between the two of us, 35 drafts in the last week. We want to tell you who to draft, when to draft them. I usually go first. But I'm going to let you go first, Snoog, because this 101 is juicy.
Yeah, we're going to keep things moving. We're going to keep things quick, but we're going to give you guys our reasoning. So I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here. I mean, no-brainer pick. He should be the 101 in every single Superflex 10, 12 league, as long as it's 6-point passing. If it's 4-point, you can make an argument. But if it's 12-team, 4-point, even 6-point, definitely lean Caleb there, especially if it's like anything over 12 teams, like 12, 14, 16. Elite quarterback. My Dynasty QB7 into a phenomenal landing spot. Best we've ever seen a number one overall pick and arguably a rookie quarterback ever go into. Elite weapons around him. Rome Odunze there at the 9. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift. I'm smash drafting Caleb Williams there. No brainer.
And that makes the 102, even easier because Marvin Harrison Jr., in most classes deserves to be the 101. Getting that dream landing spot with the Cardinals, with Kyler Murray. You have an area where we've wanted Garrett Wilson and guys in the past to go to a position with an elite quarterback. We have not seen it since Jamar Chase got paired with Joe Burrow. Now you have Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. He's firmly my Dynasty wide receiver 5, clear wide receiver 1 in this class with some big separation based off a landing spot.
Yeah, and with the 103 here, I'm still going to go with a no-brainer pick for me personally. Malik Neighbors, elite wide receiver prospect, damn near 1B to Marvin Harrison Jr., even though the landing spot's not 1B. This is a situation for Malik Neighbors where he got drafted 6th overall to a team with absolutely nobody. There's a potential that Darren Waller retires. We could see Malik Neighbors put up like a Garrett Wilson type rookie season where he has like 1,000 to 1,100 yards and like 140 to 150 targets with ease. And if there's anybody that I trust to make that happen, it's Brian Daboll, right? We saw him, what he could do with Stephon Diggs when he came from Minnesota to the Bills as the offensive coordinator there. We've seen what Daniel Jones did the last season. He was fully healthy like this. He made plays. He wasn't terrible. They won a playoff game. The situation's better than you think, and there's absolutely nobody there to compete for targets with Neighbors, so I'm smashing him at the 103.
I love the 104 here because, again, just like I talked about with Marvin Harrison Jr., in a lot of classes, this would be the QB1. This would be the 101 overall. I think Jaden Daniels has the ceiling of Lamar Jackson light. A lot of people are really like, well, what if he doesn't pan out? What if he does this? He's going to rush for 700 rushing yards. Like, he's going to be Justin Fields plus. So you're going to see an area where he is with the Commanders, with Terry McLaurin, with a solid offensive group. I think he ends up being a QB1 this season, a back-end QB1 where you can flip him later. Like a lot of times if I'm risky right now, I'm trying to tear up from Jaden Daniels, but if I'm rebuilding or if I'm taking a shot, he has the highest upside to increase in value between the 104 and the 108 for me. The other guys are a little bit safer. Huge ceiling for Jaden Daniels, and I think you're going to be able to cash out.
Yeah, with the 105 here, I'm going to go with my QB2, Drake May. I mean, this is a guy that is just an athletic gunslinger, very Justin Herbert-like. I think ceiling outcomes for him, like absolute best case scenario, he's like a Herbert, he's like a Dak plus. Mm-hmm. But I think he is very Jordan Love-like that athletic gunslinger, fits today's pro style offenses. He can run the ball, he can throw the ball at all 3 levels. He has so much poise, leadership, confidence. The Patriots had their guy. They knew their guy. They turned down 2 monster offers from the Giants and the Vikings. They're confident in this kid. They put some weapons around him for year 1. There's a chance he sits a little bit behind Brissett for a few games because the hang of things, but I can see his game translating big time to the NFL level. And I think he has all the characteristics you want in a franchise quarterback, and I think the ceiling's right up there, especially in 6-point passing with the rest of them. So he's going to be my 105 here.
My 105 is a little bit different, but I gotta talk about 105 to 108. Man, is such a flat tier based off your need. If it's a heavy tight end premium or a two tight end, Brock Bowers is a great pick. If you don't need a quarterback, Roma Dunze is a great pick. If you need a quarterback, you went Drake May. I'm going JJ McCarthy. I think JJ McCarthy gets a much better landing spot. If you flip flop the landing spots, I am 100% smashing Drake May. But at the 105, and I haven't had to take him there, I've been getting him at the 108 everywhere because people seem to be out. But JJ McCarthy to the Vikings with Justin Jefferson, with TJ Hawkinson, with Jordan Addison, this is an offense that Kirk Cousins has been a back end QB1. Now we get a guy that takes care of the football, has a nice rushing floor, and I think we see a top 15 type season from him, and we're not going to see those same rookie lumps that I think you might get from Drake May, even though I like Drake May as a quarterback better. Snoog, we're at 107 now, and we have two absolute alphas that went in the top 15 in the NFL draft.
Yeah, this draft is crazy through the first 8 picks, and even past that. With the 106, I'm going to go with Roma Dunze here. And I said that you could flip-flop him and Bowers whenever you wanted. Or with the 107, yeah. You could take Roma Dunze here. You could take Bowers depending on format. But I love that 7-8 like that 7/8 range because you're getting Rome, you're getting Bowers, or you're even getting JJ. Rome here for me is a no-brainer. He was drafted 9th overall, tied to an elite quarterback in Caleb Williams long-term. Let's get that potential 5th-year option. Room's a bit crowded, but I'm not worried. He plays the X. Keenan Allen's a slot type guy. He's going to be the odd man out there. I mean, it's going to be him and DJ Moore show 1A, 1B for a while. Rome has the best chance at being the best wide receiver on this team, in my opinion. Like, he can get there, and he's coming off 1,600 plus yards. Again, he was drafted 9th overall. He is elite, man. Like, he can 4.45 40, like elite player at the combine. Work ethic through the roof. Like, this kid is as coachable as it gets, and he's going to be a guy that we talk about in 5 to 10 years. Like, damn, like Roma Dunze, that kid can play. Like, that's a future Hall of Famer potentially. Like, that's how he can be. Like, he can get there. Is he right now? No. He's like a Drake London plus, in my opinion, though. For the future with Caleb Williams.
This class is so special that you're getting who you and I both think is the best tight end prospect of all time at 108 with Brock Bowers. And people are saying, well, he went to the Raiders. This isn't a scenario where, you and I have talked about Gardner Minshew being there is going to be a big thing for him. Low ADOT. He's going to get a lot of chance for Yak. I think we have a Travis Kelce type career arc with him. For me, I think I comp him closest to George Kittle. Imagine George Kittle if he didn't have to block. Like, they are not good. Michael Mayer is a better blocker. We're going to see a lot of inline work from Brock Bowers. He is going to be the dynasty tight end 1 sooner than later. A lot of people already have him pretty close to there. He's going to ascend. Now it gets a little bit trickier, Snoog, and I want to bang out these 9 through 12 here real quick for our fans. But, 101 through 108, awesome area to be in. 109 in this class gets a little bit of a tear off, but these guys got great landing spots.
Yeah, one thing I want to highlight, too, real quick about your pick at Brock Bowers is we're not taking him as high as we had to take Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts was going like 103, 104, even 105 in a similarly stacked class. You're getting Brock at the 107, 108 in most leagues. Like, smash that all day, take advantage of that. He also got a better situation than Kyle Pitts did. Like, Kyle Pitts had like Marcus Mariota on the Falcons with Arthur Smith. Like, no. Brock Bowers is in a great situation. He's that clear number 2 option with Adams, and he's got Minshew there who can't throw the ball 10 yards. So give me Brock Bowers there all day. Here's where it gets tricky, the 109. I think I'm going to lean Xavier Worthy here because I'm just going to take the guy that's tied to Andy Reid. He's tied to Patrick Mahomes. Early declare, good analytics, good film, natural route runner, good separator. The best thing about the Chiefs landing spot is how much they use pre-snap motion. Xavier Worthy saw a ridiculous amount of targets in the screen game and behind the line of scrimmage in his last year at Texas. I'm sure that's why the Chiefs wanted to grab him because he has that type of versatility in his game, that yards after the catch. That's what they tried to turn Rashee Rice into last year. Xavier Worthy plays Rashee Rice's game better than he does. Give me Xavier Worthy at the 109.
10-11 I have really close together. I think, if I was contending and I needed a guy that I thought was going to give you immediate production, I might go with the guy that you'll probably take at 11. My guy at 10 is Brian Thomas Jr. Like I've been saying everywhere, Quentin Johnston fell. So, a guy like Brian Thomas Jr. can run, and this is an elite level athlete. This is someone that I think, if given the right opportunity with Trevor Lawrence, is going to be able to absolutely boom. He's got that little bit more of that boom bust capability than the rest of the 9 guys that we've already covered. But if he hits, we're looking at DK Metcalf light, and I'm more than willing to do that at 110. You're up on 11, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lad McConkey here. You made it nice and easy for me. This is my wide receiver 6 in this class. It's in the tier with Worthy and Thomas. Splitting hairs, you can argue any of them at 4. You can argue any of them at 6. I'm going to go with Lad here. Good yard per route run numbers, elite separator, natural route runner, can do it all. He's great after the catch, good 4.39 speed, Georgia pedigree. I mean, this is a kid that fits in like a glove in a Justin Herbert system. They just lost Keenan Allen. They needed another guy that wins across the middle of the field, wins after the catch, gets open quickly. Lad's the guy. Justin Herbert's #1 target moving into next year. There's a chance he is one of those Jaden Reed, Rashee Rice guys that is one of the best rookie producers right away. And I think there's a very good chance that Lad is there. He's my 111 all day.
At 112, it gets a little bit trickier. I debate, a lot of people talk Keon Coleman because of the Buffalo landing spot. A lot of people like Trey Benson's landing spot. For me, my 112 is Jonathan Brooks. Most of the time, he's been my RB1 in the class. He gets that round 2 draft capital to Carolina, where Chuba Hubbard, Miles Sanders, incredibly inefficient. He was that guy that I looked at as the RB1. He has a true alpha. I'm all in on Jonathan Brooks at that way. And guys, if you guys aren't subscribing to us, make sure you hit the subscribe button for our YouTube. Check us out on Twitter at DynastyDadFF, at FFSnoog. Thanks again for tuning in, and enjoy the process.